come in. I know one of the things that's going to present some challenges for some individuals is Skyward, our student management access, our family access point for being able to do registration and find out how are your kids doing in class, all that. We're required to do a changeover. That was just what was necessary from that system. They said we were going to have to. We rolled that over this past summer, which is why it wasn't opened up as early for registration as it normally would be. And so there will be some little hiccups and some challenges along the way for all of us. I think in the end, as I've navigated through the new one, I think in the end, I think it will be really good, but it's going to be different. Mm-hmm. And I think there's going to take a learning curve for all of us to kind of get through, okay, where is everything out? How do we get access to it? What things do we have to do? So I do ask patience from everybody, both my staff, myself, and everybody, and all of the families out there. But I think in the end, it'll be a really good thing. It looks like, from what I look at, I think it's a little bit cleaner. It won't feel that way early, but I think in the end, I think it'll be maybe a little bit easier to navigate through and get the things that we need. It's just figuring out where all that stuff is to begin with.
When parents arrive at the school, there will be signs directing them where to go, while staff will be present to assist with the process. Wayne asks for patience because faculty are also working through the changes to Skyward.
Yeah, so when they come in the front doors, they'll end up seeing some signs that direct them into our classroom. It's called we refer to it as 2A, but the signs that we have up will direct them where to end up going. We'll have some office staff that will be in there. A lot of times, at least in the past, it really hasn't been so much a situation where the staff needs to do a whole lot. It's just a matter of having computer access for everybody to be able to make sure that they can get in. Mm-hmm. But sometimes there are individuals who just aren't quite as familiar with it. It's more direction. We'll have some staff members in there to try to help them in that process to make sure that it's as smooth as it can be. Again, keeping in mind, it is going to be a new system for my staff that's going to be in there helping as well. So it may not be as quick and effective as what it has been in the past, but I'm confident it will go very well.
Wayne explains these changes came to Skyward easier to access via your mobile device. If parents can't make the in-person registration that day, he says you can still call the office anytime.
Yeah, ultimately, every school that uses Skyward is going to be forced to be able to go that direction. It's the new name that they have is cumulative, but I don't think most of us will all just still continue to call it Skyward more than anything else. I think it was to make it a bit more structured, a bit more safe, I think, is part of why they did it. But gotcha. I don't really know the full capacity of why they felt that change had to happen. It's been a process for any schools that use Skyward over probably the last, I think, 2 or 3 years. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong on that number, but it's not been all of a sudden, drop down. We knew that this was going to eventually have to happen. And it's just, it's just like anything else. Sometimes there's just advances that we have to get used to, and we have to trust in the fact that in the end it will go well, and and the little hiccups that are there will get ironed out, and everything will go well. They absolutely can call the office, and our ladies that answer the phone, and we'll do everything they can to help them as successfully as they can over the phone. And if that still doesn't work, especially up until school year starts, we typically will try to invite them to be able to come in at another time to be able to try to help them at that. In most cases, people are going to be successful at being able to do it on their own in almost every case. The nice part about this new system is, contrary to what it was before, from what we're told, it will be very user-friendly even on a phone. And Great. That was where a lot of people would struggle with being able to get stuff done because they were trying to do it over the phone. And it didn't look quite the same. Mm-hmm. My understanding and what I've looked at so far, whether you open it on the phone or whether you open it on a computer, they look exactly the same. And so that'll be, I think, really one of the benefits that'll make it helpful, whether it's registration right now or whether we're talking about down the future. But certainly if there's challenges, questions that people have, please don't hesitate to call the office, and we'll do our very best to help you along the way.
Registration, again, is today from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. or 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. You can contact the Clinton High School office at 935-8337 with more questions or details. News time is 14 minutes after 8 o'clock here on this Thursday. Last week, former owner of the Miller Media Group, Randy Miller, and current owner Matt Hart put pen to paper to make the transfer of ownership official. On the WHOW morning show Wednesday, Hart told Regional Radio he plans to continue the company's commitment to providing local, compelling content to listeners in each of the WHOW and WTIM markets in Taylorville.
I know how important it was for you to find someone who wanted to carry on the focus on local programming, local communities, local media. And that's something that I'm very passionate about. And I think that goes all the way back to 1992 when we first met. And I watched you do that and serve those communities. And so we started having a conversation that led to more complicated conversations and ultimately led to the purchase of Miller Media Group. And so Hart Media Group now owns pretty much the stations in Clinton and Taylorville, as well as DeWitt Daily News and Taylorville Daily News down in Taylorville. And it's just a real honor to be in a business that serves its local communities. And as I said, our motto is, our tagline is connecting people. And it doesn't matter the platform, we want to connect people, whether it's this microphone and this radio station, whether it's that camera in the live stream, or whether it's social media, or whether it's video or YouTube. There's all these other developing platforms that are out there. We're going to continue to serve people. We're going to continue to connect people. And it's very exciting to have the opportunity to do that. And we're really excited to continue serving this community and serving and keeping things local.
Hart hopes to continue the commitment to agriculture and take the stations to a new, modern direction while maintaining the quality content listeners have come to expect.
We are focused on what are the things we can do now, and our listeners know, radio is still here and radio is not going to go away, and that is a good avenue. But there are other mediums today. It's 2025, right? We have more than just the AM, the FM radio. We have more than just your standard internet, and so we want to always be where the people are. As we've said over and over again, our motto is connecting people. And we will connect with people wherever they are on whatever platforms they're on. And so that's what we're looking at right now. One of the things that the Hart Media Group brings into this is we do have experience in podcasting and video production because we know that's where people are getting a lot of their content now. It's through podcasts. It's subscribing, to podcasts. And we wanted to bring that in to the fold when we closed here in the summer. So we have that capability, and we're going to be expanding on that. That's podcasting is probably be one of the first things that people start to see more of. And if people are interested in podcasting, by the way, just reach out to us and we'll be happy to talk with you about what that looks like. And the same thing with video production. So typically the avenues that we're using today, and this could change, but right now we publish everything on Spotify.
Hart officially took ownership of WHOW, WEZC, and the 6 stations in Taylorville on Friday, August 1st, and has continued to coin the phrase, build and win, with his staff, and hopes to grow and improve the local content in Central Illinois. Get news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself